Oh.
Another day, another thought. Welcome all to another edition of the Double Thought Show. Hope everyone is doing well. As you guys know, I'm RJ together with my co-host KR. KR, what's up, man?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Thanks to everyone who's watching this pre-recorded live show as well as those watching the rebroadcast. We have a good one for you today, so we hope you enjoy it.
Don't forget, guys, we have this is the second show of the day. Just take a look at the live show list. You will see that we dropped the show earlier today as well, talking about Sam Bankman Fried Freed Fraud. So if you have missed this one, look at that. It's a good show. It was a pretty solid where we talk about the latest information on this FTX debacle. But
Yes,
before we
yes.
continue,
Just KR, just maybe a good idea as well to tell people to go check out the Tiger Woods story of last week, because that's also a very crazy. Guys, go check it out. It's a crazy story. That was a good show. So make sure you check that one out as well.
yeah. Just have your girlfriend sign NDAs left and right.
Yeah,
Anyone who tries to anyway. Let's
yeah,
continue before I go off to another space that we don't want.
yeah.
Guys, remember, as we always say here, remember to follow us on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Like this show if you're watching it live right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. If you're watching the rebroadcast, same. Also, thank you for tuning in and watching this show. Like this show. It helps us with the algorithm and the recommendations. We are trying to spread the word.
Yes, yes. The gospel.
Trying to get my timing wrong, man. What are you doing? Guys, we're always trying to spread the gospel. It helps, of course. If this is your first time watching, don't forget to subscribe. If this is the second time and it seems like you like the content, also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the notification bell because we try to drop at least one clip a day or even a live if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it helps us. I mean, we're trying to get our subs up. It's going the right direction, but can always be better.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, as I always say, we get to this point when people say, "Oh, Jay or Kurt, why are you guys doing this? You guys are crazy." But here at the Double Shot Show, we like people to share our videos
Yeah.
with your friends, families. Maybe with your teacher,
Your sensei.
your sensei, maybe, yeah. Or your guru. I have a video about gurus, but don't share that one. Share this one with me. Or if you're dealing with a lot of people that might not like you, distract your enemies with our video so you can strike them out. Of course, the striking out is part of a play we do here at Double Touch Show. It's not real, guys. It's an illusion. I'm not here. Why am I not here? Listen to the disclaimer from RJ. Well,
Okay.
I'm here, but
I was just about to say I need to rewrite the disclaimer if you're not here. But okay. Before we proceed, guys, the usual disclaimer. Why do we add the disclaimer? Because some of you do not have a sense of humor or do not understand what a joke is. Therefore, we feel the need to protect ourselves against you. So
before you're standing in court and tell
I've
us
seen him do it.
live
to all the other viewers. So we all thank you, the small number of you who can't understand what a joke is, for having to dedicate time to share our disclaimer with you.
Stop it. Get some help.
The views and opinions
Why did I press?
expressed in the articles and videos we share on our channel do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and opinions of the Double Touch Show, KR, nor myself. Remember, guys, that all topics we discuss are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised, and all commentary is alleged because here on the Double Touch Show, we don't know anything. We are not your gurus. Furthermore, talking about not being your gurus for the purpose of this show, we do not function as any kind of advisors. So if you need an advisor in your life, that could be a life advisor, financial advisor, legal advisor, medical advisor, a coach, a guru, we strongly urge you to go somewhere else. Seek the assistance of the respective professionals in the fields in which you require assistance. They can provide you with actual assistance, while we here will provide you with the entertainment. Let's proceed.
Don't forget to do your due diligence when you're seeking that great advice.
Yeah,
That's the only advice we can give.
yeah.
Other than that, as RJ says, from now on, from this point on, as we always say at the Double Dot Show,
Hora do show!
Hora do Show, showtime. In today's show, we are going to talk about Michael Irvin,
The great.
the great receiver, old receiver, great broadcaster, very entertaining guy to watch, passionate Cowboy supporter. And according to some,
No.
what?
What? No. Finish your thoughts, because
One of the greatest ever to do it in the NFL. You thought I was going left field. I maybe was going to the left field until you pulled that handbrake.
I thought you were going somewhere
I
that.
could have. I was at the point of going left. I had the choice. This is the Jedi life, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you have a choice. You can go left and talk about his crazy past, or you can say he's the greatest ever.
Yes, but in all cases, remember to subscribe to the channel. It
Yes,
really helps us.
it really helps us, as we already said. Guys, we have seen last week the video, and that's what we're going to talk about, the second press conference of Michael Irving. We have a couple of clips about this Michael Irving and
About the Michael Irving story.
Michael Irving story and the Marriott debacle. So far, what you can see is that this is not something that is going the right way for Marriott. RJ, any opinions you want to share relating to this to the previous shows? We covered this already.
Well, there's the saying in basketball: You live by the tree and you not live by the tree.
You get deleted by the tree.
You live by the tree or you get deleted by the tree. And in this case, Marriott isn't even shooting threes. They're living and choosing not to live by the bricks. So this, I think, Marriott has made some questionable choices. Called Michael's employer, made him caused him to get taken off the Super Bowl show team, and now, or at least not now, until recently, they refused to share the videos of the incident of that day, claiming a lot of BS. Go check out the previous shows. We have the clips. In the clips, you can see exactly. You can check out exactly by. So you can see by the title. KR, can you maybe show the playlist?
Give me a
Show.
second. Give me a second. Well, but I've got to search it up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
While you're looking up the play, can you please? Because I have to search it real quick.
Okay.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we
Okay.
can talk about this situation a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you can see that Marriott refused to, or at least they don't want to share the video voluntarily. The parties had to go to different court proceedings to finally get a court order in which was determined that Marriott was to share the video. We thought that in the show we did last Monday that we would actually talk about the videos, but apparently we couldn't do it because Marriott refused to follow the judge's order, and and actually started another case claiming that it should be enough to not share the video, so not hand over the video to Michael Irvin and his team, but to just make it available for viewing. So just making sure that the lawyer and Michael Irving, if he wanted to, could go to their law firm and just watch the video, but not make a copy, or take a copy home. And the judge said in his court order that in the various years that he's been acting as a judge, he's never seen someone or a party blatantly ignore an order as Marriott did, because the order was clear. The video was to be handed over. Marriott also asked if they could hand over the video, but in a redacted way. So by making some things maybe blurry, or some faces blurry or things like that. And the judge said that the information, the video, had to be shared in its original form. Probably because Michael Irvin had to endure public humiliation, and it wouldn't be fair to let Michael endure public humiliation while the person who started it all the people who were involved in the conversation, in this whole scandal, to have their identity and their privacy protected, because no one actually, or at least no one, Marriott nor the employee that made the complaint, never once thought about Michael Irvin's private life, never once thought about actually doing a due diligence, checking if the story is true or not before calling Irvin's employer and get him canceled from the Super Bowl show team. So not the Super Bowl show, but the Super Bowl broadcasting team. Just to be clear.
Yeah. So like I said, I had to look up the playlist, and here is the playlist. Can I remove this?
Mhm.
Let me go back. How can I not remove this? So the playlist is called Michael Irvin and Marriott. Oh, let me press on this one. And Marriott. We have about 25 videos on this topic already,
Yeah.
including three live shows. One combined with the Brett Favre situation, and the others all solo clips about different topics we addressed during those lives. So yeah, we have a pretty big catalog about this, and it will continue to grow, guys. It will continue to go with these latest developments, because last time we ended the show with the fact that the judge, as RJ already said it's crazy, you guys, what you guys are doing, Marriott. I've never seen this in my life. You will have to give us, or give Michael's lawyer access, or at least a copy of the original video, or give him the opportunity to copy it for himself by 5 o'clock on a Friday. They didn't have a lot of choice.
Well,
Well,
Marriott didn't have a lot of choice before that, but still refused to comply.
well, after being berated, get their hash smashed in almost in court by the judge. They had to really not a lot of room anymore to play with semantics. And well, Michael's lawyer got his copy. But of course, Marriott being Marriott during this whole case, we did a show. The previous show, we talked about them basically destroying their own brand. And we had a couple of people sharing their opinion on that, because it seems that we're not the only one who's seeing what is happening to to um, to Marriott. Other people are also seeing the same stuff.
Yeah.
And let me share my screen real quick. We had a couple of people commenting on this. Rolandi Morgan, or Roland Morgan, I don't know, says that I'm also done with the hotel because of Michael not being treated fairly. Chrissy said, I won't be booking with them again. And these are just two people responding. I think there's not. RJ, do you think there's more people also having the same thought?
Of course, a lot of people feel the same way. But the thing is, as well, we can all speculate, and because this is a sensitive subject, we often see that the people are hesitant to come forward or to express themselves in a determining way. So it's all speculation. We are also speculating, but our conclusion. So we're not. So it's for the. So time will tell what the truth is or not. But from everything we've seen, during the past couple of weeks, from the moment the incident took place to how Michael Irvin reacted to Marriot's reaction, it's clear, and we talked about it as well, for the public especially, or at least the public is convinced that Michael is innocent. And that's what's perhaps more important to, as important, if not more important, than whether he is criminally innocent or guilty. Because Michael Irvin is a public persona. He is well known. He has a reputation. And if the public finds him guilty, he might that might ruin his chances in the current field where he's in, which is sports media, because they don't, so no company wants to have one of its ambassadors be someone that is tainted, or at least so much tainted that people will be repulsed and not tune into shows. So it's good for him, for Michael, that a lot of people, the public, the court of public opinion, is siding with him.
Well, the public is siding, but Marriott is doubling down. Because right after, a day after that copy was handed, some way, somehow, this was leaked. Michael Irvin asked employee if she knew about ... inside of ... Marriott claims as it releases details of the unwanted sexual advances. Maybe I do all that ... and then I screw up after. Such a shame. Good thing we are at minute 23 right now.
Yeah,
Anyway,
of the live
so
show.
of the
Go ahead.
of the show, yes. So basically, it's clear that Marriott, it's not backing down, even after the last press conference, where basically the lawyer described the situation of 4 touches, no crazy stuff happening, that person walking away without any problems or happy. So it seems Marriott is like, no, you said this. Well, guys, I'm gonna take a look at the press conference now to see whether what it really happened and what was discussed during that press conference. Archie, anything you want to say before I share?
No, we can go to the videos.
Okay, let's start right away.
There you go. Michael and the complaining employee began talking on February 5th, 2023. The conversations you see last 1 minute and 49 seconds. The whole video you're going to see last 5 minutes. The complaining employee makes a handwritten statement late afternoon on 2/6/23. We think that's relevant because there's a big gap between the events you're going to see and when she actually first files something that says she was offended.
Why is the gap important, RJ?
The gap in between when the incident supposedly happened and
A report.
It it's not necessarily the case. So it's what I'm okay. So it indicates or insinuates the severity of the situation and also the likelihood of the thing actually happening. So the longer you wait, the less likely less likely the complaint will be, or at least the less serious people will take the complaint. You can imagine if you're in a domestic and if you're in a relationship where there is domestic abuse and the person hit you, for example, 2 years ago, and you go 2 years later to file a complaint, and you take the pictures and all these things, technically speaking, so I don't know, you have to take into account the what did you say?
Statute? Statute
Yeah,
of
yeah, statute of limitation. You need to take that into account. But if it's possible, where they still will, the cops can still say, yeah, well, technically speaking, you're still within the time frame to make the complaint, but you didn't do so 2 years ago. Why do you want to do it now? What's your interest in doing so? And so in that sense, if in that sense it matters, because if the action, like Michael Irvin, for example, he immediately sued for $100 million.
That is true.
So that made people believe, hey, this person is a person that's innocent or guilty won't start a case within, start a case so
48
fast.
hours or something like that. It was amazingly fast.
But that doesn't mean, so this is what I want to make clear. That doesn't necessarily mean that the speed doesn't necessarily mean that it happened or didn't happen. It's just an indication. And it also
It's part of
contributes
a
to how,
bigger plan.
yeah, it provides the context and it gives people an idea of, or and it gives people a idea of the likelihood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Just like
continue.
just to finish this thought, just like when people come 20 years, 30 years later and say someone did something to me 30 years ago, people will be like, come on. But yeah, let's continue.
In which she lists the time as the incident as 12:15 a.m. on 2/5/23. By the way, that's impossible. That's not when this happened. You can tell from the videos. Michael got escorted out of the hotel the next night at about 10 p.m., as you can see. Let's go to
Was Michael the victim of mistaken identity?
You mean that some people think all black men look alike?
Those are your words, but that was I was trying to say. Afro. He has an afro. He's black, and he has it's the same guy who assaulted me at 12 o'clock. But he has more money, so maybe we can.
Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe.
things to watch for in this video. First thing, right out of the gate, it's not even.
You mean he allegedly could have mistaken him for Michael Blackson?
Why you pull Michael into this one? Oh my God. I'm just gonna continue. I'm just going to. Don't want to get roasted by Michael out here, man.
Shout out to Michael Blackson.
Shout out to Michael Blackson.
Doing great things in Africa as well. Let's go.
Slide is you're going to see Michael, as I described before, in the back talking to these eyewitnesses that many folks have interviewed. He's more grabby and touchy-feely and in close proximity to them than he ever will be with the complaining witness. When you see the complaining employee come out for the first time in the video, where she's going makes no sense if she's not trying to intercept Mr. Irvin. She clearly has no reason to be walking where she's walking as part of her job duties. It's pretty clear she's making a line of sight over to Michael to talk to Michael. In the back, there were two employees that were together. There's going to be a man in a vest you're going to see throughout the video. This man, I think, is very, very important to this case. He's clearly in the back talking to the complaining witness before she comes out. And he comes around and posts up and watches her come up to talk to Michael. When he sees her with Michael, he does a weird move. He does this. He's going to bend over and clap his hands 3 times. You can draw your own conclusion. I think it shows he was either happy or he was upset.
If you're happy, let me know. Clap your hands. Well, he wasn't happy, so
Apparently
he was
not.
still clapping.
Yeah. Oh, you mean so maybe he was the one who had the affair with the chick? You said he was clapping.
I'm not saying anything. Before you know, I'm getting Marriott on my head, trying to get 100 million so they can pay Michael.
Well, good luck.
Good luck. Cause luck you will need, Marriott.
Yeah.
Your
And
boy is broke, inverse balling in his mama's basement. So you guys
Yeah.
cannot take anything from me.
Yeah.
Well, let's not say that. Anyway, let's continue.
Many men.
Is that the white suburban version of the 50 Cent classic?
That's a soul version.
Okay.
That she was talking to Michael. He lingers at the bar, leering at the complaining employee throughout most of her conversation with Michael. You'll see him, he's very angry. When you first watch the video, I know you'll miss this guy. That's why I'm going to give you a few opportunities.
I have to say, I've watched the video. I've watched the press conference before this. And I skipped this part. And I didn't see anything he was talking about until I
Rewatched it.
went back, watched the first him describing the situation, and I saw what he was referring to.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, my man, obviously he sat there and analyzed it with his team. But if you, what you think, you usually when you look at the video and you know what's going to happen, you will only watch that person.
Yeah.
So your focus will be on Michael and not on the other things that is happening. But it's very interesting.
Yeah. I did hear this part, but I didn't. I watched it once, the video once, and I focused mainly on, of course, Michael and the employee. I didn't focus on the other person, the supervisor, or I don't know what it is.
Or the scorn lover.
He talks to a man in a gray
Let that
shirt.
happen to me though.
Security personnel. You'll see a gray shirted man circling the whole time who's clearly security for the hotel. When the conversation ends, the complaining employee looks very happy. She does a little kick at the end, a little kind of a sachet. You'll see it's kind of an odd gesture. And she continues talking to Michael, like back over her shoulder, like happily as she's leaving. And she seems to be in a very good mood until this man in the vest, you'll see, comes up to her and grabs her. And he's very aggressive and he just starts ripping her. Like he makes her walk out with him and you can see him over his shoulder. He's obviously agitated and being very visibly upset with her. The security guard that lingers in a gray shirt, lingers in conversation, and one of the other Renaissance employees with him then goes and takes a selfie with Michael. Now remember, these are all Renaissance employees that are right on the scene that see and can hear what's happening, and they just act like nothing's happened. And then watch the witness's body language as she leaves. The last thing, what we don't see. I only have one angle of this interaction with Michael and the complaining employee. It's going to be clear there's going to be many others, and I'm hoping at some point I get those from Marriott, and of course I'll share them with you. We don't have still the tape on what the complaining employee or Michael were doing before this tape starts. Clearly Michael had already been in the hotel and met with people and walked outside. We don't have that. So with that, I'll give you a quick.
I mean, it's obvious that there's even more
Footage.
out there
Yeah.
that can give more context to the what seems an overreaction to the whole incident.
Yeah.
I think we might be seeing those in the court during court. Maybe they will subpoena those. I have no idea, but
Yeah, they are, but they are relevant to the case.
yeah.
But Marriott believed that even this, according to Marriott, even this video wasn't relevant. So we can expect that that Marriott will fight it all. Will fight to not disclose the rest of the footage, the remaining footage.
Yeah. Well, the lawyer wasn't the only one who was talking. Michael also had some things to say about the situation before the video was shared. Let's take a look what he has to say.
I think we're ready to go to the tape.
But before we go to tape,
Okay.
let me say this. You know, I get a couple I get texts all day from the guys that I work with, and I do miss working and everything. But this is more than just work. You know, I'm in between big businesses here, businesses that make billions of dollars with and for each other.
If you guys remember, we mentioned in the previous show that Marriott is an official sponsor of the NFL. So that's what he's referring to right here. Big businesses that make millions together.
Yeah.
And he's caught up in something he still cannot explain what it is.
Yeah. I think that he's also mentioning it. Because can you repeat that part again?
Again.
It's more than just work. You know, I'm in between big businesses here, businesses that make billions of dollars with and for each other. But when you get called in a room and somebody tells you, hey.
Yeah, just finish that part. Just finish it, and I'll just comment.
Okay.
Pack your bags. You relieve the duty. Make billions of dollars with and for each other. But when you get called in a room and somebody tells you, hey, pack your bags. You relieve the duty. Go home. And I said, why? What happened? Well, you sexually assaulted somebody. I said, who? When? What? And nobody was in my room. Well, don't worry about it. Go home. We'll talk. I said, wait, if you're telling me I'm doing something and I do not know what I'm doing, you can't tell me to just go home.
Yeah. Yeah. What I wanted to point out was that he was mentioning the billions. So in between companies that make billions of dollars with and for each other. and he's in between it. He's also saying, well, you can read between the lines. Maybe he's not saying it intentionally, but he's also saying that they have the money to pay him 100 million for the damages done
Indirectly,
to
yeah.
him. Yeah.
He's saying that, yeah.
So they're saying, yeah, you have billions, you have a lot of money, and you are doing something that is currently causing me a lot of damage, financial and reputational damage. Reputation, and at the end, it's all about financial. Reputational damage, they translate it to finances, of course. And so I think you have the ability, and you have to pay me $1 million, or I'm suing for $1 million. If you look at his way of reasoning, his strategy, he's not going against ESPN, because he could have chosen to go against
NFL.
ESPN as well.
NFL.
My bad. He's not going against NFL because he wants to continue work, but he could technically go against NFL as well and say, hey, NFL, you did this without any basis. However, I think he doesn't want to break the relationship with NFL, and NFL doesn't want to break the relationship with him either. So they understand each other. But Marriott can say, and this is something we didn't discuss in last week's show, hey, we just gave a heads up. We weren't the one who took the disciplinary measures. So it's interesting to see how Irving will fight this while still maneuvering himself in such a way that he will get what he wants while not burning the bridge with NFL. Because if he really wants to play it safe, he can sue everyone, including NFL. And the judge it would be then up to the judge to determine who has to pay what.
Who's liable, yeah.
Show me the money!
Well, I mean, you're right on that. Clearly, he's not suing NFL. It's going to be very interesting to see the case that the lawyer will build, because at the end, it's either you might be right on the point you just what you just pointed out, that Marriott can say it was not our doing. We didn't send you home. We just gave NFL a heads up, and they should do the due diligence, or maybe they should have done a better due diligence. We're not responsible for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What Michael then will say is, but you guys saw the source of the whole problem. So that's the thing that we're going to see in battle in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Probably.
And by continuing to not cooperate with sharing videos, you made it even worse.
Yes. The question is, because RJ, what if? And of course, we're gonna continue watching the video after. But what if you pull NFL into it, and NFL says we tried to ask them for the video, but they didn't give it to us? Then it shifts again towards Marriott.
Yeah.
But of course, that's a hypothetical, because NFL is not into this right now. But
No.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but if NFL if Irvin wanted to be sure that he would get paid, that he has the right party, he would
Oh, he's sure.
he would hold NFL liable as well. That's what I want to say. But he's not doing it because he knows that he can earn more with NFL than
Well, I don't know if he can earn more. If you get 100 million, that's probably 10 years of contract with NFL.
Yeah, I don't know how the contracts are structured. But
About 2 or 3 million. That's what he gets.
okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yo, okay. Yeah.
That's so he's trying to get the back left and right.
Yeah, but I think
Not
100
one back.
million, 100 million means taxes as well. So it's probably the half of it, but it's still
Taxes or taxes? Which one? Taxes and taxes?
tax dollars, money to the government.
I heard that you don't pay anything in taxes, but
Does he live in Texas?
he
You
lives
have
in-
to.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
think he found it in Arizona. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know anything about taxes, and the last thing I want to do is talk about that right now. So,
yeah.
because guys, gonna mention it. We are not financial advisors. We're not tax advisors either. So please, do not look at Double Touch Show for tax advice. You're in the wrong place.
That's for sure. They moved the case, by the way, RJ. They moved the case from Dallas to Arizona because now they basically know who they're gonna sue. They know the people, the accusers, the people who have the exact companies, as the lawyer said in this press conference. He knows exactly who he's going to sue. So they moved now the case from Dallas, where Irvin lives, to Arizona, where the Marriott location is situated. Something that Marriott already wanted before. So at the end, let's see how that works out for Michael.
I played this game hard. I played the game physical. And you guys know, we all worry about it. We see what happens with our brethrens, and we now know about CTE. I'm saying, how can you say I'm doing something and I don't know it, and you tell me to go home? I couldn't go home. Steve, you know, they put me in a hotel other than a Marriott, and they watched me, him and the staff, for 3 days. 3 days to make sure that I wasn't doing anything crazy. Make sure that I was okay mentally. And you guys know how hard we fought to get this tape. While I was sitting there and they were looking at me, we kept asking for the tape. Let us see what we're doing. Let us see if we're doing something. You saw how hard we fought legally. I'm just thankful. I'm just so thankful for those witnesses. I'm so thankful for this video, because without it, I just don't know where this would have gone.
At the Double Touch Show, we can tell you already, Michael, where this would have been going.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
He got cooked.
You would have been cooked.
He got cooked.
You would have been cooked, Michael. That's for sure.
You know, this is a sexual assault. This is what they're calling sexual assault. It just, you can run the video.
You can clearly see that he's very emotional. He's in the beginning, he didn't hit his hand that often against the table. But at the end, he keeps hitting it.
Yeah. He is an emotional person. He wears his heart on his sleeve. So yeah.
DJ, play the video.
Wicka.
Sexual assault. It just, you can run the video.
Okay, as we start here, y'all can see up to the top right, Michael is outside with the gentleman that were here last time via Zoom. I've called them the TMZ witnesses because they were the first to interview them, but it's 3 gentlemen if you notice his body movements and what's going on, he's obviously going to be very friendly. There's some other people actually that I don't know their identity. Take a picture. That guy right there on the left, stop it. And go back 10 seconds. Can you do that? When I talked about the people that were in the back talking, I believe the complaining witness, I believe it's this gentleman here who's some kind of a manager. And then you'll see the witness who's been back come out this side, okay? She's gonna walk way around here to this pole instead of back to where her job would be back that way. Okay, go ahead and roll. There he goes. She'll come this way pretty soon across the bottom. Also, when she walks in, you'll see she kind of looks around the pole to see if Michael is still coming. You see her just barely duck her head. Here she comes. Right there. You see how she stuck her head to the right? And now pause it. Now, she's way ahead of Michael. If she was to continue at her same speed for her job, she should be way over the bar in a second, but she clearly slows down so that they're going to intersect at that kind of juncture where you have to walk in the bar. So go ahead.
I think in one of the early reports, Marriott said that it was Michael who hollered at her while she was walking towards where she walking.
Yeah.
It's obvious in this clip that it's
That her story is
Marriott's story. Let's put it this way, because I don't know
Yeah.
what her story is.
the opposition story, the ops. Their story, doesn't really seem like what they are stating actually happened with regards to that part, that aspect.
This is the shake I talked to you about in the beginning, the opening shake. Pause it.
Shake, shake, shake.
This guy over here with his hands on his hips is the angry manager, okay? If you go back a few seconds, I want him to see what he does with the hand clap when he sees her with Michael. He comes behind the bar. You'll see him walk out. So focus on him this time instead of on her. We went back a little far.
It is not as granular as it should be.
Okay. Well, we got it coming now because here she comes. He sees her back there where he's vectored, and he comes up, the manager, and you'll see him when he sees her. Watch his expression when he does. See the claps? I don't know what that is. Then he comes up here, and you can see he's visibly frustrated at what's going on somehow with her. Now let's take your focus back to Michael and her, because you can see they have friendly interaction. Body language is good, and they're just talking. In fact, as you see, he keeps more space from him than he does when he's talking to any male at any point in the bar. Some of y'all probably wish you keep more space when he talked to you.
Why the managers walking around like that, man?
How, with the hand on the hip?
Well, I don't know if you saw, but after they started talking, he just kept circling at the same point.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Let me go.
I was looking at Michael and the employee.
And that's why the lawyer said, look at the other stuff as well.
Yeah, but he just said, okay, I'm gonna take it back to Michael. So that's why I wasn't. But
Look at what he does after I rewind it a little bit.
Okay.
Look at what he does.
And
He
they're just
stands there
talking.
with his hand in his hip, on his
In
hips,
fact, as you see,
and
he
then
keeps more space
he's
from
like,
him than he does when
what
he's
should I
talking to
do?
any male at any point in
he
the bar.
starts circling.
Some of y'all probably wish you keep more space when he talks to you.
What the heck is he doing?
Yeah. He's like, I'm waiting on you. Come on.
I'm waiting. The work the work hobby is it's a bit frustrated that his work wifey is
Talking to another man.
getting hollered at, all out talking. Well, he didn't holler at her. She hollered at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he jealous that a big black man is talking?
Wow, dude.
Bruh. Yo. Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows?
Guy's pacing, hitting his hands. He's upset over there on the left with whatever's happening. The guy in the gray up top, that's the security guard that's wandering around. He'll circle around many times around Michael and her.
He's still standing there. Now he walks back to the bar.
Pause it 1 second. And we've been going for a while. They're having a lot of conversation. As Marriott released in their statement, they said basically, he said one word to her, an offensive, vulgar thing that he did not say, and it's clear from the video and from these witnesses. But they have a very lengthy conversation, and no one's trying to tell us what that is. Go ahead. That's where she tells some kind of joke, I believe, to him. You see him kind of bend over. She's shaking her head back and forth like that. He walked in closer to her. She didn't back up at all.
That's a good one, by the way. He
Right.
points out a good point. He walks into her space and she still held her ground. She didn't move back
Yeah, at that point.
at
But-
that point. Yeah.
But before that, again, so as a lawyer, guys, as I always say, I do not practice in the U.S. I'm not familiar with U.S. law, but as a lawyer, you're a skeptic by heart. And she does step back. If you look at the footage at the beginning of the show, they do some sort of a dance. So every time that Michael, let's say, makes one step forward, she takes one step back. So but they were closer. And so because they were closer, she stepped back. I do it too. It's like, in an interaction, you do it because we're not stagnant people who stand in one place and just talk. But in that instance, there was more space. So that's why when he stepped in, it wasn't so close that that made her uncomfortable to take one step back. It's in the details, man. It's in the details. But I'm just saying, so the reason why you're a skeptic, so you become a skeptic as a lawyer because you know that lawyers can turn everything around. So I always look at, I play the devil's advocate to see, okay, what would marriage lawyers say about this? But yeah, let's continue.
Let's continue.
Now they're shaking hands. Now I want you to watch the end interaction here, because she's going to kind of, when the people
Now she walks into him to shake the hands.
Yeah.
come up, she'll kick her leg. As she walks off, she's still talking to Michael over the shoulder, all friendly. There you go. Kicks her leg. And see right here, she's going to look back over her shoulder and take it to Michael. Now pause it. Okay. They claim he was leering at her. When he looks back in the bar, she's way gone. Because you're about to watch, she's going to go over here, and that guy is going to he's going to get very visibly upset with her. And basically, there's somebody who's, I don't want to use the word abusive, but there's somebody who's really being forward to her. It's this gentleman here. It wasn't Michael. So watch what happens. Okay, go ahead and roll the tape. You see him grab her, and she falls. Now pause it. Now Michael's
I
looking over
didn't
there.
see him. Could you show it one more time? Because
Yeah, I
didn't see
didn't
him.
see the grab as well, but
Gentleman here. It wasn't
maybe I'm
Michael.
blind.
So watch what happens. Okay, go ahead and roll the tape. You see him grab her, and she falls. Now pause it. Now Michael's looking over there.
I didn't see the grab.
He's not watching her. He's talking to these guys. You'll see in a second they turn around and they start talking to him. The guy in the white hat. Okay, go ahead. See? Now Michael walks out to go take a selfie with this, we believe, Renaissance employee, 99% sure. And the security guy stays right there with him, who's been around for the whole conversation, really.
So the security guy kept hanging around. So if we would have a third party who can tell everyone what really happened, that would be the security guard.
Yeah. And yeah,
The question would be,
is he unbiased?
that's the second question. Does he love his job or does he love Marriott
Yeah.
more than he loves or is fair in this situation?
Yeah.
Does he have to claim part of that 100 million that Michael will get?
Yeah, that's called witness tampering. So that can never be the case. Well, officially, it can never be the case. Let me put it like
How do they do that?
that. Wait, what? Giving signals?
Yeah, officially.
Yeah, officially.
Let's continue. What else do we have? Well, give me a second. Give me a second. So basically, we're relating to that there is not much more on the video itself. After the lawyer says a couple of things about the whole situation, and Michael also chimes in real quick about this after they start asking questions on this whole situation. Let's see what Michael has to say.
Sir, you said you'd like to see other angles from Marriott. Are you positive they have other angles that show the interaction?
Oh, this is the lawyer, by the way.
Yes, they've said that they have terabytes of other information. Again, I've been trying to, they keep telling me they don't have time to get it. And if you realize the time frame I gave you, in a little less than 4 or 5 hours, they were able to come up with this video to show the NFL or show somebody, which I'm not even sure the NFL saw it, but they said that they did. Marriott said that they did. So I don't know why it's taking so
Let me rewind that.
5 hours. They were able to come up with this video to show the NFL or show somebody, which I'm not even sure the NFL saw it, but they said that they did. Marriott said that they did. So I don't know why it's taking so long, but it's clear there's other angles.
Can you just go back over your drum roll?
Again, Marriott is showing not willing to cooperate.
It's saying that it doesn't see it as a priority because not having time means simply I don't have time for that right now. So it's not a priority, and I can understand why, because it's not in their benefit to have time, to make time to get the videos.
Maybe they already have it, and
Yeah.
they are using it as an excuse.
Of course, that's the case.
They have all the angles.
But what's their angle?
The angle is to avoid paying that 100 million. They played with the wrong one.
Yeah.
Basically, after filing that lawsuit, Michael told Marriott,
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
pay me my money.
Yeah.
Out in the court of law to prove your innocence, but there is a court of public opinion, and followed last week, people have made decisions. What do you hope this video says to the Court of Public Opinion?
What do you mean?
As far as the perception of you following what Marriott has said, now that this video is out publicly, the video shows to the public.
I hope it shows what it shows, the truth, just the truth, you know, and listen, you guys understand the court case, there's a lot of things. In these filings, they said basically, well, we had to move her because Michael said he stays here. Like, I'm going to hunt her down, kidnap somebody, and kill somebody. Come on. It's just mess. Here's the
Yo, that's crazy. If you put it like that, it's crazy.
Well, I'm blaming on CTE, but
Yeah, yeah.
he was
yeah.
very descriptive. Like, I'm gonna it's totally not in his benefit. He knows he's not guilty, and then now he's gonna hunt her down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not guilty. Let's try to get a guilty case. Oh man, this is so crazy. But yeah, this is basically what we're dealing with. It's obvious, guys. It's very clear that the video shows, let's put it this way, the video shows no foul doing, no touching on the back, only arms, elbows, forearms, 2 handshakes, the beginning and the end. The question now lies, what was said?
Yeah.
And Michael is going to say what he said to her.
Do you know what you said to her? Can y'all just her dispute or their claims of what was said? Can y'all recall what was said at all?
Our conversation was about football. She said she wasn't much of a football fan. And I did tell her, I said, well, you watch, I was selling some shows. I said, you watch the shows that I do. Watch First Take or Game Day Morning. I said, you can look those up and you can see it. I said, now, I kind of get crazy on First Take and have some fun. So that's what we were just talking about.
I'm sure at this point, are you hoping that with
At least he's warning her about him going crazy. Because he goes crazy on those shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's this side of the story. The other side is he told her.
That's crazy.
I mean, there's the side of the story is way too crazy to even be. One side is saying he's trying to tell her that you ever had a big.
Come on, you can say it.
Big black man inside of you, and he's saying he's telling her about the show. I mean, this is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, man?
And she did seem to be in a good mood. So
Try to avoid that the whole time, but now he opened that door.
some might say that not us at the double. Guys, it's not us at the double that show.
Not KR, definitely. It's
Not
coming from
KR,
RJ.
RJ, nor the double touch show. But some might say that even if Michael did say what they are claiming he said, by her reaction and the mood she was in,
Body language.
she didn't
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Okay. Yo,
Wait.
okay.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Think about it.
Let me finish. Even if he did say what they're claiming he said, she didn't seem bothered by it.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say that when I started the sentence, but let's land the plane safely.
Let's land the plane because I don't want Marriott to try to get me out of my mama's basement to work for free for Marriott. next 100 years to pay that 100 million. They will owe Michael. Because RJ, do you think this will be a good thing or a bad thing for Michael Irving in this case?
What
This
exactly?
video.
It's definitely a good thing, and it's been a good thing since Marriott has been trying to not share the video. Because if Marriott had shown it immediately and said, and if Marriott had shown the video with a statement, then they could have painted the first narrative, right? The first narrative, and Michael would have been playing defense. But they forgot who they were talking to.
The GOAT.
They forgot who they were going up against.
Playmaker.
The playmaker. So you put him in offense. And so they gave Michael and his team, his legal team, enough time to paint the picture, to paint the context of the video. So now Marriott needs to play defense, and Marriott needs to come with something that has to be, because it will automatically be compared to what happened. So now Marriott needs to come with something that is enough, that is believable enough for people to say, that could have happened. Now, that being said, Mary did a pretty good job with a shocking statement.
I saw that.
I mean, yo,
wow, man. That statement is wow.
So KR,
Who approaches women like that, bro? You better be a psychopath. Let's say some wild shit. See if she bites.
But not even that. Not even that.
Bait, man.
Not even that. Not even that. Can you imagine how the conversation went? And of course, guys, this is alleged. This is alleged. This is just for fun. This is joke. We're making
Don't
jokes.
forget to switch the voices.
I'm not gonna play with that. I think I'll mess it up. Let me see. No, I'm not gonna play with the voices. Why?
Why not? Why not, Ayer? Why not?
Okay, so we can play with the voices. Just to
You gotta work with it. Well, let's give it a training first, because you're not
I'm not a multitasker, as you know.
you're a multitasker, yeah.
But okay. But can you imagine how the conversation went? And again, guys, these are jokes.
Oh, sure.
Put a mic. No, man, you gotta keep the mic on, man. You gotta put the mic. Okay. So
Okay. Start off.
So
Should I play it in the background? No.
Just okay, guys. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to the lawyer, the manager, everyone. I'd like to open this meeting by saying we're in a tough position. We can't keep stalling anymore. We've tried it. We even went against a judge's verdict, court order. But we can't stall anymore. But we need to have a counter statement, because we've given them more than enough time to create the narrative. We need to come with something. Yeah, but someone would say, yeah, but the conversation, I saw it. I mean, no one wants to say it, but the conversation only lasted for not even 2 minutes. Yeah, I didn't want to say it either, a third person says. But I don't know. What can we say? What can be the defense? No, I know. It has to be something so shocking that if said in a, how long was the conversation? 90-second conversation would be so shocking that it can change the whole narrative. That's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Now, what can we say? We can say that he was abusive. No, but it's clear he wasn't. Okay. What can we say about the situation? What could have been said? Okay, let's see. What do we have to work with? Michael Irvin. We can use the fact that he's a Hall of Famer and he misused his position. No, that's too obvious. Let's see what we have there. Let's draw it out. Okay, Michael Irvin is an athlete, so he's big. He's African American, so he's black. And he's a man, so he has a... Oh, I know. Let's just say he said, have you ever had a big black man inside you? That's a great idea, Chad. And I must admit, KR, when I read it, I was shocked.
You mean shocked how bad it is?
Shocked how bad it is, but at the same time, shocked. I thought to myself, but if he said it, that would be really bad.
Come on, man.
But of course,
no one walks to. Yo, you gotta, I imagine Michael has a little bit of game, at least a little bit. You don't need a lot of game and a bit of understanding of people.
but he doesn't need game for his position. In
Okay,
his position,
maybe he doesn't need game. But you know what's wild, RJ? You're talking to someone about NFL, and suddenly you say, you're talking to her, hey man, watch my show. Watch my show. I get a little bit wild. You know what's also wild?
the question I'm about to ask you right now.
Have you ever had a big black man inside of you? That's a little bit wild. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. He knows better. He knows better, man. At least I hope so, but boy, it's wild. If yo, who gets caught up like that anymore? I mean, this is some 90s stuff. Well, he's old, but I don't think he's unaware, because I think we talked about it in the previous show, where he basically also pointed out that they started talking to him in the bar, and he told them, a bar is not a good look. Let's not take a picture there. Let's take a picture outside of in the lobby. So he's aware. Just imagine. He shows awareness of situation a minute before, and then he turns.
Yeah.
He turns.
And throw it all away.
Come on, man. Come on, Marriott. Who are these lawyers, man? Hey, how much are you paying them? Because you must be paying them 2 cents on a dollar, because this is not the best story they could have come up with, man.
But
if
if
you're lying, lie good, man.
But if it was it shouldn't be the lawyers coming up with statements like these. It should be the client itself, because the lawyers are not supposed to.
Okay.
The
client,
yeah.
the client came up with this story. Let's put it this way. This is
The lawyer was like, "Are you sure that's what he said?"
And let's put a little bit of sauce in it. Put a little bit of sauce on top of that. What I mean, okay, I understand. You said, he said, have you ever seen a big black man play NFL? It's not strong enough. What about a big black man? But let's switch in the NFL with inside of you.
Yo, KR. Maybe NFL is our initials.
Oh, yo! We solved the case. We solved the case. Maybe her initials are NFL. Guys, show is
Natasha.
over.
Natasha. We're
Show,
sorry.
show is over. We finalized the case. Case is closed. Maybe that's what he said. We solved the case. He said, have you ever seen a big black man in the NFL? And her initials are NFL. Michael, dismiss this one. You already lost. Hey man, this is what we call at a double show chemistry.
Yeah.
Because you call that one, that was a pretty good one. Hey RJ, can you give us a recap so we can close out this crazy stuff? Because I'm already seeing we are heading the wrong direction on this show. We started very serious, breaking down this stuff, and now we're heading the direction of clowning the whole situation. That might not be very good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, guys,
NFL, shout out to NFL, by the way.
shout out
Not
to the
the
NFL.
accuser.
I thought you wanted to stop, man.
I've seen him do it.
NFL standing there like, hey yo, this would be crazy, yo. We need to clip this one. When they enter the court and we see the initials.
Yeah.
Guys, we were the first one to break this story.
Yeah. Today is March 18th, 2020. 2000. No, this is March 20th, 2023. Guys, we said it here first.
We got a scoop. Well, the new TMC. The black TMC.
BMC.
Yeah. Yo.
Nah,
let's,
man. Okay.
Let's give me a wrap. Let's give these guys a wrap up so we can wrap up the show.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for watching. First and foremost, let us know what your thoughts are. In today's show, we talked about the latest developments in the Michael Irvin versus Marriott debacle, as KR likes to call it. We thought that we would discuss the footage last week, but as you guys know, Marriott didn't release the court footage last week, or 2 weeks ago, according to the initial order of the court. The court then, and they filed the court issued the second order saying that they've never seen this blatant disregard for a judge's decision before, and ordered them to do it. Gave them basically a last sounds paradoxical, but a last ultimatum to hand over the footage, which they did. And this footage was released in a press conference last week. Michael Irvin and his lawyer discussed the footage. In the footage, guys, you can see how, let's say, you can see a lot of things, but the highlights, or at least the people who are relevant to the story are, of course, Michael Irvin, the accuser, a manager of the hotel, a manager or supervisor that the accuser falls under, and you have some witnesses as well. To keep it short, we're just going to talk about the first three. Michael was standing in the lobby. You could see Michael standing in the lobby. He went, took some pictures with people. He talked to some people in the bar. At one point, the manager, the supervisor, went into the restaurant, and the Michael's accuser didn't go to the restaurant in a straight line. You could clearly see that she made a detour to walk around, slow down in order to encounter Michael. At least that's how it appears to be. That's also what Michael's team is saying. They struck a conversation for about a minute and a half, while you could clearly see the manager of the of Michael's accuser, the over the last 24 waiting, seemingly annoyed and frustrated on the employee. And it's indicative that he was annoyed by the fact that the employee was talking to Michael instead of working. But Michael and the accuser were talking to each other. It seems like a very normal conversation, a very friendly conversation. Michael, as we mentioned in a previous video, and as the lawyer mentioned in the previous press conference, there was 4 moments where there was contact between Michael and the accuser. 2 of them was a handshake. One handshake at the beginning of the conversation, another handshake at the end of the conversation. While they were talking, there was a point that Michael, being the jolly person that he is, touched the outer elbow or at least made contact with the outer elbow, the left outer elbow of the accuser. And a couple of seconds later, it seems like a joke was told by one of them. Michael laughed and bent over and made contact with the other accused. It didn't bend over like that, man. Come on, bro. And made contact with the right elbow of the accuser. And I say outer elbow, I mean the outside of the elbow, of the arm. At the end of the conversation, you can see that the accuser made a gesture like a kick, like a jolly kick. And when she returned to the restaurant, so she walked in the restaurant, you could clearly see that the manager or supervisor that was waiting on her met her halfway, and they both walked together. Outside the frame in the direction where they came from. It seems like the manager or supervisor was mad or a bit annoyed at the employee. But Michael just stood there, and he continued talking with other people who were sitting in a restaurant or at the bar at the restaurant. So all in all, it seems like more and more evidence is coming and more information is coming that corroborate or that supports what Michael and his team has been saying. And yeah, the Marriott made a crazy statement saying that Michael asked the woman if she ever had a big black man inside her. But as KR said, that's not something that someone would say in a 90-second conversation with someone you don't know. So, with a person you don't know. So, it all seems pretty sketchy. More and more, I think Marriott's in a very tough position. And yeah, time will tell. But it does seem like, let me put it this way. It's looking very bad for Marriott. That's the recap of today's show. We will definitely keep you posted on further developments because we will be following the developments closely. KR, did I miss anything?
No, man. I think it was clear where this is heading. It's clear where this is heading. I don't know at the end whether Michael will win this case, but one thing that's quite obvious is that the things are not going the way, at least I imagine, the way
Marriott would want it to go.
Marriott would want it to go. So let's see how everything pans out. It was a good recap.
All right, cool. Well, guys, that being said, I'm gonna close the show. Thanks to the viewers that are watching this pre-recorded live show. Of course, we gotta thank those watching the rebroadcast as well. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Don't forget to share the video. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at Double Thought Show. Remember to follow us, or at least to subscribe to our channel as well, guys. That's really important to us. We put a lot of time and effort into this show. If this is the first time watching and you liked it, or you've watched it a couple of times, please, we ask you kindly to subscribe. We want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of June of this year. We put a lot of time and effort into it, and we will continue to keep growing it. It will become much easier to do so once we're monetized, because as we've already said in previous shows, KR and I are doing this aside from our daily lives, our daily responsibilities, and we are both very, very busy people. But we like doing it, and we enjoy the comments and reactions we receive as well. Don't forget to share the video as well, and share the channel with your friends. Don't forget to share it with your family. But perhaps most importantly, don't forget to share it with
Los enemigos.
the enemies, guys. As Kara always says at the end of the show.
But I can only show you the door.
What is behind that door? That's a good question today.
An angry manager. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comments.
He took that away. I was gonna say something wild, but okay, let's keep it to angry management.
I thought you had I thought that was your comment.
It's not no angry management. It's a pot of gold.
All right. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comments, in the comment section, guys. Please let us know whether you agree with us or whether you don't. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and we will see each other in the next one. Till next time, guys. Peace.